Welcome
Don't
back,
cut it. Don't cut it.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Chandler,
And I'm Celeste.
and this is
True North Terror. Bro, we've already recorded 2 episodes tonight. We still can't get it right.
Still can't do it right. That's just upsetting.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna put this thing on low power mode. You're 18%, bruh.
That'll last. When we came down, it was at 19%.
My iPad for work does not last.
Mm.
Like, it went from 10 to 1 while I was doing my paperwork in my van.
You gotta close some apps, bro.
All I had as open was OneDrive for my paperwork.
I don't have
I
an
don't
answer
know.
for you.
It just sucks.
My iPad is a
Sucks
gem.
to suck.
I love her.
Yeah. Do we have any business?
It's nasty.
I don't think so, because we got all of it out in the other recordings.
I'm sure something exciting will happen. But we won't know about it because we're recording 3 weeks in advance.
Bring up in the other ones, Pam Bondi got fired.
I saw that.
They probably just gave her another job somewhere else out of the spotlight. But
I saw that they were going to make her a judge.
Speaking of judges, holy shit. Have you seen the video of the guy losing it on the IT guy?
No.
This is 3 weeks late for you guys. But there's a video of this judge. He calls in his IT guy because he can't get audio for his Zoom. For his online court appearance or whatever. So the IT guy comes in, and turns out there's no issue. Judge just doesn't know what he's doing.
Did he try to unplug it and plug it back in?
He just he couldn't click on the thing.
Oh.
And then the guy comes in and clicks on it, and it's fine. And then he goes, all good, false alarm. And he goes, oh, it's not a false alarm. I'm not making this up. And he goes, oh, okay, sorry, false negative. And he laughs at his own joke.
Oh, yeah.
And the judge is like, don't laugh at me. Don't make fun of this. This is a serious thing.
I cannot.
And he's like, oh, sorry. And he's like, get out of my courtroom.
Okay, you're welcome.
Walks out, and then as he's gone, the judge is like, get me his manager. Jesus Christ. Supervisor. Get me a supervisor. He's like, holy fuck, man.
Just an old white dude or what?
50-year-old Republican piece of shit asshole. He won by 300 votes because people don't vote all the way down.
Yeah.
If you were an American, vote all the way down.
You do
the way down.
You do not want that person taking care of whatever you are going through.
I've seen clips of him just being the most rude asshole to people for during actual court. Like, if you were that emotionally, he seems emotionally unstable. Well, the way he just snaps and goes off the rails.
You should not be making life-altering decisions.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's because you think you're so much better than everyone else because you're a judge. Go fuck yourself. No.
Yeah, agreed.
Suck a fat one. This is a vulgar one right at the start. Spotify's going to love this. I don't know. I have very strong feelings about people thinking that they're better than other people just because of their job.
Well, I also have strong feelings about just treating people like shit.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That guy's your coworker.
Did that bring you joy? If it did, you should go and just stay in your house and never leave ever again.
Yeah. And what's crazy to me is that if say for example, because the person running against him was a black woman.
Oh, she didn't have a chance in America.
If that woman won and was acting the same way that he's acting in his courts, it'd be all over the news.
She'd be on
She'd be lambasted.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's keep the judgments the same. If you're an asshole and just a bad judge in general, you should get lambasted. That's my opinion.
Agreed.
Some judge or some attorney called him out, and he's like, "I order you to appear in court 8 a.m." I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up, man. Like, get over it.
You gotta send this to me after.
I'll send it. I'll show it to you after. It's 3 weeks later for you guys. Hopefully he lost his job.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. It's wild. I'm covering the Hillcrest Mining Disaster. This one looks cool. I didn't have anything ready because
Chandler's like, I don't know anything about this.
Work's been wild coming back to work, and I was gonna write something yesterday and I forgot.
And luckily, I had 3 episodes ready.
So I was
we
locked
took up
and
all
loaded.
my backlog. That's
so
okay.
I'm good to go.
I've got like 2 more pretty much half done, so
Sweet.
Ready to go.
Okay, so Hillcrest, Alberta was established in the early 1900s and quickly became a coal mining town. In the Crow's Nest Pass region in Alberta, and was named after Charles Plummer Hill, who was one of the original coal prospectors and entrepreneurs. The Hillcrest Coal and Coke Company was incorporated on January 31st, 1905, and began building the town later that year.
So, like, was everything like la and Coke?
Maybe.
I don't know, like,
There's a lot of and Coke, hey?
but like, why was there and Coke?
They had money.
Coal mining and Coke.
I don't know.
I'm like, when I was writing that, I'm like, for why?
Everyone just loved the booger sugar back then.
Booger sugar? I never heard that.
You've never heard that called that before?
No.
Nose candy, nose beer,
I
booger sugar.
don't know how people do Coke because, like,
no, I could never.
You know when you're like scooping like iced tea mix or something?
Oh.
And then it like puffs up in clouds? Oh my god, I almost die.
Yeah, no. I could never.
I'm not wild.
I'll stick to the marijuana.
The devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce. That's a good one for me. The Canadian Pacific Railway built a spur line to transport the coal from the Hillcrest mine, booming the population to about 1,000 people by 1910.
Pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah. Charles worked at the mine for about 7 years before selling it to several companies and men, including the Canadian Pacific Railway and men from Montreal. At the time, the mine was producing about 1,200 tons of coal each day. 1,200 tons
of coal.
That's a lot of coal.
Each day, yeah.
On June 19th, 1914, the name Hillcrest would go down in history with the deadliest coal mine disaster in Canadian history. And at that time, the world's third deadliest mine disaster. At 7 a.m., 237 men descended into the mines, but only 48 walked out. The fire boss, William Adkin, had completed his daily inspection and reported there were low levels of methane gas and some cave-ins at some areas in the mine. Both pretty normal and to be expected. Mining has always been a dangerous trade. Working underground poses risks such as collapses, falling down shafts, and falling rocks. But coal mining in particular has its own set of risks. Coal gives off highly flammable methane that can easily be ignited by anything from faulty gas lamps or a small spark from electrical wiring. Coal dust is also flammable. After igniting, there is also the risk of afterdamp, which is basically carbon monoxide poisoning that quickly spreads in the ventless underground tunnels. An afterdamp level of 13% is where people usually lose consciousness. After the explosion on June 19th, the levels were about 50%. In the 19th and 20th century, there was pressure to mine at an almost impossible rate because of the new demands of industrial expansion and energy. No wonder they're putting out 1,200 tons a day.
Yeah. It's crazy, though.
No, that's like, how is that sustainable? At 9:30 a.m. on June 19th, 1914, there was an explosion in Section 2 of the mine, causing parts of the mine to cave in and rushing afterdamp through the tunnels. Josh Brown, the mine's general manager, hurried to restart a fan at the entrance of the mine in an effort to push oxygen and pull the toxic gas out, but his efforts were too late for most. although likely saved men closer to the entrance. Thick smoke from the underground fires made the air thick. Coal cars started arriving to the surface with burnt and disfigured men aboard. Immediate rescue efforts were complicated. 2 of the entrances had completely collapsed. People from town frantically tore at the rubble trying to clear the entrance, but they didn't have any protective equipment and had to be brought back to the surface after becoming ill from the toxic gases within. Rescuers from Calgary, Lethbridge, and Fernie were quickly loaded onto trains arriving in the afternoon with gas masks, but they weren't on a rescue mission. Inside, they found dead men strewn across the mine. Many of the bodies were rigid, with some arms and legs having to be broken off for them to be brought to the surface.
Ugh, I wrote this so long ago.
That's wild.
That's so gross.
One of the men was found in a kneeling position, pick in his hand, ready to pound at the coal. They found 186 deceased men and brought them back to the surface, where they were loaded into a wash house to be cleaned and identified. The washmen were brought down to Miners Hall in town as families rushed in to find their loved ones. The entire town descended into the hall, offering condolences and support to widowed wives. Unfortunately, many of the bodies were unrecognizable. Heads and limbs were completely blown off. Almost everyone was charred head to toe. Jesus. Nearly 130 women were left widowed, and 400 children left without fathers.
Like, this entire town is, like, mining families.
There goes all the men.
Yeah, literally,
Crazy.
like, the half the town.
Population is 1,000.
Yeah, but
that's a quarter of the town.
I'm saying, like, it was 140 women or whatever widowed.
Yeah.
And
400 kids. Oh 400 shit!
Kids.
Yeah, that's
half the town. Yeah. Plus the men that were dead.
A quarter of the men went into the mine that day.
Mm.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Holy shit. David Murray and 2 of his sons died in the mines, leaving a widow and 10 other children. Mrs. Petrie was a local restaurant owner and lost all 3 of her sons, including 17-year-old Alexander Petrie, who was the youngest casualty. Charles Ellick had previously survived when part of Turtle Mountain collapsed and fell into the town of Frank, killing 100 people. He had been trapped for 13 hours in that landslide, but his luck did not continue in the Hillcrest explosion. The day after he died, his wife had their baby son and was left with 5 children on her own.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Especially in a time like this, like, women weren't working.
No. What are you going to do? Dan Cullingham was filling in for a sick friend when the mine collapsed. Tom Corkill was working his last shift and had just bought a farm near Lethbridge, but never saw his dreams come true.
That's so sad.
Charles Murray had quickly run to the mine upon hearing of the explosion, trying to rescue his 2 sons, but neither survived. A man named H. Yadon was one of the lucky ones. He said he remembers hearing the explosion, and the next thing he remembers is being treated by doctors. They had been trying to get him breathing again for nearly 45 minutes.
Gosh.
As soon as he was conscious, he ran back to the mine to join the rescue efforts. He was quoted saying, "It must be an easy death to be suffocated with gas, for I felt no pain and would never have known the difference had I never been brought to."
That's sad, but it's also like, at least there's some, like...
It was quick.
Yeah, and there's, like, some peace in knowing that
they didn't suffer. Yeah. I'm glad to know the poor fellow down there now suffered no pain. 2 other miners were in a chute when they heard the explosion. They dropped to a crawl to safety. Pete Dujay was only 50 feet from one of the entrances when he felt the explosion beneath his feet. He blindly walked through the smoke, tripping over 2 dead horses and 3 dead workers before he got to the surface. 43 men from Austria died and 30 Ukrainians. Only 17 of the men who died were born in Canada.
Yeah, like all immigrants.
Well, that's
the time, but
rail workers and coal miners.
Yeah.
Not many born here back in the first generations of it. The tragedy of the disaster sparked widespread demands for a public inquiry. Judge Arthur A. Carpenter led the charge and began hearing evidence on July 2nd. He was able to rule out some of the most likely sources of the explosion. Open flame lamps were not allowed in the tunnels, so that was not a possible source of ignition. The employees that did the explosives for the mine had not yet set up for the day, so that wasn't a possible source. The problem was they weren't able to reconstruct the airflows in the mine. The only 2 employees that understood the ventilation system were killed in the explosion.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, how do you even properly investigate?
Yeah. One of the surviving miners said the air being removed from the mine would often mix with incoming air, which basically made it more difficult for the ventilation system to properly remove underground gases. William Adler testified at the inquiry. He was the employee responsible for monitoring underground gas levels. He claimed that some areas were full of gas, but later changed his testimony that there was no undue amount of gas in any part of the mine.
Yeah. As soon as his bosses heard that, he was like, "Oh, JK, JK.
Yeah,
I actually meant just a little
fine.
bit, not lots." Yeah.
The flammable coal dust was also a point of confusion for the judges. Some employees said that coal dust covered everything in the mine, but others said it was barely dusty compared to others. Ultimately, the judge was only left with one possible conclusion. The explosion was likely due to a gas explosion fueled by coal dust. But still, no one knew exactly what sparked the explosion. The inquiry did come with several recommendations after closing. There needed to be better fan monitoring. Employees should be out of the mine when dynamite is being used. No shit.
Yeah, right?
There should be pat downs
They're
for
like,
all
crazy idea.
yeah, for all employees to check for cigarettes, and there needed to be planning documents kept on site of the mine. New provincial regulations were also put into place, including a mandate for controlling coal dust, more vigorous and proper training, and having rescue equipment on site.
Yeah, like literally, they're like, "Could you please do the bare minimum?"
Yeah. On July 6th, the mine reopened on a much smaller scale. The explosion happened to fall on a payday. All of the checks went into a trust fund, which left the widows alone to raise their fatherless children without any money.
Yeah.
The mayor of Lethbridge delivered a huge order of groceries and flour to help the families as the rest of Canada started relief funds allowing people to donate money. Prime Minister Robert Borden pledged $50,000 of financial assistance to the families of the deceased men, which is over $1.2 million today. The Alberta government also pledged a donation along with over other wealthy and prominent individuals. In the end, about was raised after only 2 weeks, which is about $2 million today. That's a lot of money.
It's still
a lot of families. They're not getting much.
Yeah, like
And they have like 10 kids each.
Yeah, 140 women.
140 families, right? And they have 10 kids each.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for the families, they had to sue the mine to get any compensation. Almost a year later, on February 15th, 1915, the mine granted a collective amount of $250,000 to the families, leaving each family with about $1,800, equivalent to $43,000 today.
Yeah, that's how much your loved one was worth.
That is wild.
Yeah.
That's not even like their salary.
Oh yeah, I would
That's
be.
not even a okay, now.
Yeah.
That's not a mine worker's salary now.
Okay, wait, how much was it then that they got?
1,800.
Yeah, I wonder.
Like 43,000 is minimum wage?
No.
Minimum wage is 30?
Okay, wait, what am I? Okay, well, there wasn't a minimum wage in the 1900s.
No, but I'm talking like
No,
today.
but I'm like curious. How much did miners make in 1914? 35 cents an hour.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know how to math that.
Yeah.
35 cent per hour.
The mine didn't ever release their profit, but at the time coal was about $4 to $8 a ton, and they were producing 15 tons a day, or 1,500 tons a day. So between 6,000 and 12,000 per day, and they only pledged 250.
Yeah.
Corporations aren't just bad now. They've been bad.
They always
They've
been bad.
been the bad guys.
They always been bad. Okay, I looked it up. So if they made 35 cents an hour and they worked 40-hour week,
they won't. They wouldn't. They work like
but so
60-hour weeks.
It would be $728 per year.
Okay, so they got like 2 and a bit years.
Yeah,
of salary per family.
Yeah.
It's whack. In 1939, the mine was closed for good. The men were all buried in 2 mass graves at the Hillcrest Cemetery. Excuse me. There is now a monument at Hillcrest Cemetery that was erected in 2000 to remember the victims of coal mining disasters around Canada. The monument has cuts of stone from each province or territory that are arranged around a centered monolith. The monolith says, on Friday, June 19th, 1914, at 9:30 a.m., explosions tore through the tunnels of Hillcrest Mine. In heroic rescue efforts, only 46 of the 235 men who went underground that day had survived. 189 men were killed, and the Hillcrest Mine had claimed its place in Canadian history. Wow.
I know.
That was a cool one.
Yeah, it's very different, right? I was like, because I think I Googled like Canadian natural disasters. I'm like, I want to do like a natural disaster vibe. And then a lot of them are mining disasters.
Well, yeah.
Like a lot of them.
So much of our like early economy was that and the railway.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to do
That's fitting for me to read that one.
Yeah.
As the trade.
Yeah. I was
centered one.
I just like I'm middle doing I just finished the serial killer last time. MacArthur.
McFuckface.
Yeah, McFuckface. And I have another serial killer one that I'm working on right now. So it's like, okay, I need something that's not like too dark.
Yeah.
I mean, that was dark, but it's just crazy that they were like, okay, so going forward,
no cigarettes.
No cigarettes. You
don't go in the mine when they're blowing it up.
Yeah. They're like, look, we need you to do the bare minimum, okay? The bare minimum. There was no workplace health and safety back then. No WCB.
No. There was no CORE. There was no OSHA. That's wild.
Yeah. I just can't, like, can you imagine how awful it'd be to work in a mine too? Like, think about how sweaty and gross it would be.
I thought about it.
Oh my God, no. Okay, actually, you would probably be way too young to remember. Mom and Dad watched a movie once about, it was like a mining disaster. And I wonder what it was called. I don't remember.
Zoolander?
No, definitely wasn't that.
I gotta kiss the black lung pop after his first shift in the mine.
Definitely wasn't that. It was like the only thing I really remember is that they had like some sort of machine like going down and like getting stretchers and then pulling them back up. But I don't remember like anything else about the movie, and I wonder what it was.
All I can think of is Blackwater Horizon, but that's not it.
No.
That's the oil.
Yeah, the oil rig one.
With Wildbag. Just give me a minute. I just need a second. Or whatever he says in The Happening.
Yeah.
I just need a minute. Give me a minute.
You're so good with names for celebrities. I don't know how you remember those things. It's the tism. Because Mom had Tylenol when she was pregnant.
Tylenol.
Okay, we gotta go to bed.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
I think the next episode's with Mom, and if it's not, then it's the one after that. So
yeah, it's coming up.
It's coming up. Get pumped, get pumped, get pumped. We have to get her a microphone.
Meet Mom.
Me Mom.
Meet Mom.
Me Mom is coming on.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do that. We're gonna figure it out. Stay spooky, True Northers.
Terror is closer than you think.
Oh yeah.
Bye-bye.
I don't know.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of True North Terror. If you like our podcast, please help us grow by leaving a rating and review. If you have a story you want us to hear, or your own personal story you want to hear on the pod as a listener story, email us at truenorthterrorpod@gmail.com. Join us next week for another episode of True North Terror.